Return objectives. So return objectives will often vary based on the goals of the portfolio. And so return objectives can really be just about anything. It can be, I want to retire by the time that I am 67. It can be things like, hey, I want to save up enough money so that my child can go off to a 4-year college. It can be things like, hey, I want to pay the mortgage off by the time I'm, 50. It can be things like, hey, I want to be able to take a dream vacation at this particular point in time. Those types of things. All of those things are going to dictate what the return objectives of the portfolio are going to be, okay? So part of what we do with a client in an initial meeting is we try to figure out what those goals are. We try to get them to articulate those goals. One of the things that goes along with this idea is something called goals-based investing. And so if the client is trying to meet retirement goals, for example, the practitioner would generally need to figure out the timing of when expenditures would happen, dream vacations, large charitable gifts, and things like that. So again, if the client wants to give sort of a big charitable gift at their death, that's very different from a client that doesn't, right? Because that's going to affect the size of the portfolio that they have to have in order to make that gift. And so when we're planning, we got to get that stuff kind of down on paper so that we can actually figure out what sort of risk target do we have, and what return objective do we need to have in order to meet that particular goal.